All right, so let's have a talk today. First thing I want to bring up is I had one of my followers, supporters, whatever you want to call them. Give me 1 second. He reached out and we were talking about how Latin American women have a better success at marriage than North American women or United States women. And again, I've said this before, those women were put here, they were raised to value men. And I'm gonna focus on black women because black women love to say this shit. There's some woke black women that like to say, oh, black men and black women don't get along because we were oppressed systematically in slavery. Fuck that bullshit. Brazil, let's look it up. But I know off the top of the head, Brazil had 2 times or 4 times as many slaves. Let's see, how many slaves were in Brazil? And I had somebody say, oh, well, we had it here the worst. Man, get the fuck out of here. Slavery is slavery. 4.8 million slaves were in Brazil throughout the African slave trade. Now in the United States, there were 338 to 600,000 total slaves. Either way it goes, it's not a million. So that's about more than 4 times, almost more than 5 times as many slaves. So we're not gonna say that, because slavery was not just the United States. In these Central American, South American countries, everywhere else, they don't have this marriage problem. Maybe in the UK and Canada, but they don't have this marriage problem that we have here, or relationship problem. There's no dating coaches. So we're not gonna say that slavery is stopping black people from, that's bullshit, okay? That is bullshit. And I'm sick of black people using that excuse with slavery. Slavery was like damn near 200 years ago. Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, they also like to say systematic oppression. Systematic oppression was everywhere. From my understanding. There is not one black person in the Brazilian government, except for that one black guy that works for Bolsonaro. But other than that, I was watching a documentary, the only black person, the only black woman, I believe it was, in the Brazilian Congress was murdered in 2020, I think, 2019. And now it's no black people there. And those black women there still don't have a problem getting married. So we're not gonna do this government slavery excuse bullshit. The women in the United States are just, they're just, I'm trying not to be too rude, but put it like this, take this advice, and I'm gonna give you the best advice you're gonna hear about this. You can't fix these women. Kevin Samuels died trying to fix these women. Yes, he spent his last days trying to fix these women. That's not gonna be me. I'm not trying to fix them. I'm telling you that you can't fix them. Get your fucking passport and go to another country. That's the fucking solution. That is the fucking solution. So what I really want to talk about today, now that I got that off my chest, because I want to say that, now that I have an audience of people listening, I'm gonna sit here and say certain things that I really wanted to say. Which I've always done that, but nobody's listening. People are listening now. I've gained 500 subscribers in the past 3 days. So people are listening, people are loving it, people are calling me a hero. It makes me feel good. I'm gonna keep going. I have a lot of content, but we're here to talk today about, are Brazilian women violent? The majority is no. Okay, you're not gonna have this in your face, I'm trying to get you to swing on me so I can get you locked up shit. That's here. That's not in Brazil. Those women in Brazil know their place, and I've said that before. They know their place. So the one chick, the chick that made me cry whenever I first went to Brazil in February 2022, and she treated me so well, and it was such a shock. I had never got treated like that. And again, if you didn't hear in my previous video, she was washing my clothes, ironing my clothes. She ironed my homeboy clothes. She swept. She picked out my underwear for when I got out the shower and all that. What else did she do? She didn't have a chance to cook because we didn't go buy groceries, but she wanted to. And she wanted to be with me the whole time. And when I got out the shower and I was getting dressed, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, hey, come here and look at this. I didn't say rude. I said, just, hey, come here and look at this. And she just hopped up like a damn dog. And people say, don't compare her to a dog. I'm not fucking comparing her to a dog. I'm just giving you an analogy on, whenever you tell a dog to come here and it just gets up without thinking, there's no backlash. Yeah, she did that. An American woman, you say, hey, Q, come here. You not my daddy. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. Man, fuck these motherfuckers here, man. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. I just asked you to come look at a sheet of paper. So, man, fuck that. I don't know what type of women you picking, Austin. Well, good. I'm glad you're oblivious to everything. So anyway, this chick, she could be just a bitch for no reason. But she had everything else in sight that was pretty much good. Cooperation, she would listen, she cared. So I could deal with it a little bit. And at the time I was like, oh, I want a spicy woman. I want a feisty woman. I don't want that shit no more. Because I've experienced what it's like. And she was the true, okay. And she was black. She was a black Brazilian. She broke me out of that. I'm like, no, I want a peaceful woman, but I want everything else that she gave me, but I want the attitude to be gone. And we were in Barra da Tijuca, which is like 20 minutes west of Rio. That's where the police, But anyway, we went to some club. I forgot the name of the club. It was one of the 3 clubs. I think it was the one at the end on the strip. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It was the most expensive one. So anyway, I think I told this story before. We got a what is the tool? Not the tool. The stool. The table. We got the table with no chairs. Is what I'm trying to say. And we bought a bottle of Smirnoff. I didn't know what I was getting. We just we need alcohol, vodka, and they gave us 5 Red Bulls of that. It was 4 of us. And all that shit was $30. In the United States, the table with no alcohol, and over here in Dallas, Texas, if you go to somewhere like Clutch, the table is $500. That's with no alcohol. They're gonna charge you $2,000 for a bottle of Grey Goose. Bullshit. They tried that in theory. They said $2,000. You're fucking crazy. But there was I can't type and talk at the same time. I was on my Instagram trying to take a picture. I'm show the people back home, look, I got all this shit in Brazil. It's only gonna cost us $30. And her homegirl's on the other side of the table. And for whatever reason, after I'm done taking the video, I go back to kind of hug on her and dance on her. And she just kind of, get up off me. And I was drunk. Now, I get drunk, but I can always drive. I will never be the type of guy to go to jail drunk. I can drink a lot and be normal and cover it up everything. But anyway, I went to grab her. She's like, get up off me. And I'm like, before I knew it, I was like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you now? And like I said, I don't call women bitches to their face. So if I call you a bitch, anybody else would have called you a bitch, is what I'm saying. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck is up with you now? She's like, get up off me. And I'm like, man, I kind of pushed her off me, like, bitch, I ain't got time for this shit. Especially because there was a bunch of other women in there too. I was like, man, get the fuck on. It's my birthday week. Get the fuck off me, bitch. I was really like that, and I don't ever act like that. And you were taking a picture of the girl on the other side of the counter. So before I knew it, I grabbed her by her fucking neck, and I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, why the fuck would I do that? You acting fucking stupid. She had me acting all out of character, man. I do not act like that, but I'm not afraid to tell people because I don't give a fuck. When I grabbed her, she kind of straightened up, but she had the security and shit standing behind us and all that. So I'm not gonna say she was violent enough. she was just one of the ones that was combative. She did everything she was supposed to do, but she could be combative, but not as combative as an American woman. American women, American black women in particular, are known for being combative. And the black women down there, they can be. She was. The other ones I met weren't, but she was. And it was just like, and I grew up in an abusive household where I wasn't being abused, but I seen my dad beat my mom up many times. No, that does not affect me the fucking day. I don't need to go to therapy. Because if it was affecting me, I'd be whooping those women too or trying to manipulate them. I don't do shit like that. Don't start that therapy shit. But I don't have trauma. Don't give me that mental health bullshit. But I told her the next day, like, hey, like, this isn't gonna work because you are reminding me, and you almost pushed me to a limit where I almost felt like I was about to hurt you. And that's not what I came to Brazil for. I came to, you're reminding me too much of an American woman doing that shit. We're gonna have to end this. Anyway, we don't talk anymore. But yeah, so I'm just saying that to say that was the only encounter out of the tons of Brazilian women I've met, talked to, that was the only encounter where I felt like she was being violent. Other than that, those women are everything I say they are to be. Peaceful, cooperative, fit, and friendly. So, whatever you're dealing with here in the United States that you don't like, it's the complete opposite when you get down there. But like I said, these are generalizations, meaning generally speaking, this is what you're gonna run into. Usually, this is what you're gonna run into in Brazil. It's rare that you run into the combative ones. But in the United States, is it rare for you to go get you a woman and she's not trying to get you put in jail or I'm about to make you lose your job? No, we know that's very common. It's not rare. So generally, if I was telling a Brazilian to come to the United States today, I'd say, hey, generally speaking, these women are gonna try to provoke you to hit them. Yeah. But down there, generally speaking, if I'm telling y'all, you're not gonna run into that problem. But please do not go to Brazil hurting women, beating women. Number one, it's not right. Now, if somebody hits you, okay, whatever. You can hit them back, but don't beat them. They're a woman. Two, the police are completely different down there. I don't think you want to get caught up around with the police because we had an incident where we didn't do shit, and I'm not gonna get too deep into that because I don't want to make it hard for me to go back to Brazil. I want to go back a lot, and I don't want to. No, but just know those are military police and not regular police. I couldn't imagine getting the police called on me down there, and it's like, oh shit, you'd be running straight to that. I'm an American, like dead ass. So you wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, so if you found that informative, if you like that story about Brazilian women being violent or not, yeah, that's okay. So it says right here, of the 38 members of the federal cabinet in Brazil, only one of them is black. So yes, you're not gonna tell me about systematic racism being the worst in the United States. Those Latin American countries, if you do your research, I've seen the state of Rio is a city and a state. The state of Rio de Janeiro had more police brutality killings than the entire United States in 2020. So I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm gonna say that on camera because that's public information. You can Google that shit. But yeah, so join the Facebook group up here. If you need to contact me, my email is right here. You can also reach out on Instagram or you can't reach out on TikTok, but those are right there. If you enjoy this content and you want to support, my Cash App is here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.